Hi everyone, welcome back to another part of this Rita Berman Autumnal Wreath colouring series. This is from her latest book, Meine Reise Durch Europa, and she's got this lovely autumn wreath, so I thought we would do bits and pieces from it. So we've done the acorns and the strawberry. Today I'm going to be doing the blackberries. Well, I'm just going to do one for you. There's one here and there are two here. That's all I can see, so I'm going to do this one and hopefully then you'll be able to do those. So let's zoom in to get started. Now I'm going to be using my Bambino crayons again. Now with the Bambinos, they are quite vibrant, so I am going to use them to start with in quite a light layer. And you need to be quite light-handed with this because you don't want to build up too many layers of the lighter colours and not leave yourself space for darker ones. So I'm using the really pale pink to start with, and this is the one with the little whale on the paper, and I just want the lightest layer that I can put down. This is our sort of base colour. Obviously blackberries aren't this colour, they aren't really black, they're, well, purple, I would say, a very dark purple. So, oops, I've just gone over the leaf, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. So just do a really light layer. Now at the moment I'm not worrying about all the different little circular pieces, I'm just going over the whole of it in this light layer, but that's the only time we're not going to worry about them. Now we're going to do another layer in a darker purple, and we are going to worry about making sure that excuse me, that we look at each of these little pieces as a separate one. So we're going to use, this is the purple with the fish on it, okay, and we are going to take each little piece here, I've got this really sharp, and go around the edge, and then make quite a dark layer around the edge, and then take it into the middle a little bit with a lighter hand. Okay, now it takes a lot of time to do each individual circular piece, but I think it's really worth it. You could of course just go over it in one colour and just get a nice purpley colour on there, but I rather like doing each little bit individually. I think it ends up looking, I prefer how it looks anyway, but we're all different in what we like, so have a look at it when it's done and you might think, nah, I don't like that. As I say, we're all different, and you can see this is still a fairly light colour. It isn't as intense as you would expect from a blackberry. It's actually slightly lighter in the camera than it is in real. My light is very light in here today. The sun's shining, I've got a lamp on, and it's actually slightly bleaching out the colour just a little bit. So what I try to do is when I take a photograph at the end, if I can, I try to make it as close to the real colour as possible, but of course that's only according to my screen, so your screen might just see it differently anyway. But believe me, Bambino crayons are vibrant and very pretty. So and they're not, you know, colouring with crayons, I know, think, oh my gosh, but these aren't wax crayons, these are clay crayons. They're smooth and they blend, and nice and vibrant and pretty, and they just give us a different thing to play with, really. Now I am going in, we do have a darker purple, I'm going to go in with black, and then now our black's got little ducks on, and what I'm going to do with the black, I want to emphasise where all the shadow is on the on the blackberry. So I firstly look at the leaves. I'm going to go under each leaf with a stroke of black where there would be some shadow from the leaf, yeah, and then around each of these little circles, because each of them would cast a little tiny shadow around, particularly underneath it. And if you can do this, it will help each one to stand out and give a more three-dimensional impression. And we can't make 3 dimensions because we're on a piece of paper, but we can certainly give an impression and trick people into thinking it's a little bit more 3-dimensional than it actually is. And so just by putting a little bit of dark colour under each one, each of the little balls jumps out of the page a little bit more. And lastly, I'm going to take, whoops, my darker purple. This is the one with the camel. Yes, sorry, I thought I'd made a mistake when I hadn't. And I'm going to go around the edge of each little ball again. This may not make a huge difference, but I just want to satisfy myself by knowing that I've tried it and done it. Now, our blackberry is going to end up looking a little bit pale. Now, when they're underripe, in case you don't know what they're like, they're actually red like raspberries, and then they go black. They don't really go a lighter purpley colour, but I quite like it like this. And because I don't want it really black, you know, and really dark, so I think I'm going to leave it like that. So that's our actual fruit part. I am going to do this stem because blackberries are really quite dark, and our green in this set, we used it up here, isn't that dark. So I want a darker green. So I'm going to show you how to make a darker green. I have showed this before in videos, but I see no harm in showing you again. This is a seal on this one with a ball on his nose. It might be tricky to make out. And I'm going to use this to put down a first layer under the green, and it will darken it. I am going to sharpen it, although it's quite sharp, but we've got quite a small space here. Now, when I put this, I want a bit of this on every part of the leaf and stem, but I want it darker in certain areas. So I want it darker here at the top and then lighter down here. Now be careful not to do it too dark, or else the green might not layer down on top and you might end up with a blue leaf, which you might want a blue leaf, but that's not what I want. So I'm trying to do it a little bit darker, nearer to the centre. I think they would be darker there. There would probably be more shadow nearer to the stalk. Okay, and that's all I'm doing. I'm going to grab my dark green. Again, I need to sharpen it. I'm sharpening crayons. You might think, how do you do that? A normal barrel Staedtler Noris Club, sorry, it's out of focus. Sharpener, it's a double hole one. That's it. Works perfectly. Sharpens the paper as well. Sometimes the paper gets a bit scruffy as you sharpen it, but it doesn't worry me. I'm going to go over with a really hard layer of this because I know it's going to be my final layer. And as you can see, I hope that is darker, because look, there it is compared with that one. You see, I'm going to go over a few bits again because I've missed a few bits. So there's our darker green. So it's quite simple to make, as long as you just know what colours work together. I wouldn't use black, for example. Brown might work to darken a green, but not black. Okay, that's me done with that one. That was quite short. We have got the other two blackberries to do, so I'm not going to go and do something different now. I'm going to leave you now. You can do the other two, and then next time you'll be all ready for the next video. So let me just straighten that up. Everything's always drunk in my videos. I don't know why. There we go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.